Charlie was walking down the sidewalk. It was just a normal day for her, honestly. Not much was different. However, she saw a little imp boy. He was alone and scared. She walked up to him and said, "What's your name?" He looked up and said, "Moxie, where are you from? Did you get lost?" He would say, "No, I ran away." And he would tell her the story of his father and his mother and what happened to his mom. Charlie would be utterly shocked. That story was so horrifying, so terrible. She picked him up and they hugged as they both cried, and Charlie said, "Don't worry, I'll give you a good home." As they smiled, Charlie brought him back home. Moxie was happy. Days would pass, and it would take a while for him to open up to Charlie, especially because of what happened with his father. He wasn't very trusting with people. However, Charlie reminded him of his mother, and he got close to her. It's been months since they've been together, and things were about to change for both of them. As Moxie was growing up, something would happen. Charlie was walking out after extermination day, and she saw someone, a fallen angel, but she didn't know it was an angel, of course. She ran towards her. It was Vaggie. She brought Vaggie in and helped her. As Vaggie woke up, she saw Moxie. Moxie said, "Who's this?" Charlie would say, "Oh, that's someone I brought in." Moxie would say, "Hi." Vaggie got up, and it was a kid. It reminded her of the kid that she didn't destroy. As she said, "Hi, where am I?" Charlie would say, "You're in my house. Stay as long as you want." Moxie was jealous, however, because Charlie was spending more and more time with Vaggie instead of him. Moxie would get mad. But as time passed, even though Moxie and Vaggie would start to fight and be at each other's throats, Charlie had an idea. Charlie decided to take them both out for dinner. Charlie and Vaggie would both go to dinner with Moxie. Moxie was still upset though. Vaggie was getting more and more attention. Now, even when her eye wasn't all messed up anymore, even when she still didn't need medical help, she still got more attention than him. It was making him furious. Charlie would apologize. "I'm sorry I haven't been paying enough attention to you. I just feel so happy with them. But that's wrong. You're my son, and we're going to spend more time together, all of us." Moxie says, "Why? She's just someone who's got injured. Actually, they would hold hands, my girlfriend." Moxie would say, "No." Vaggie would say, "You have a problem with that? Because we're both..." "No, don't go there. No, it's not like that. I promise," Moxie would say. "It's because, well, I want Charlie to myself," he would say, crying, as they would all hug him. "It's okay. It's okay." From that moment on, he knew Vaggie cared about him, and Vaggie would be a good stepmom to Moxie. Of course, they weren't married, they were just dating, but it was still nice, and it made him feel, well, happy. And everything was going pretty well, until one day, they would hear a knock on the door as Lucifer was there. He would start to shake and hide behind Charlie, as Lucifer said, "Don't be scared of me, I'm your granddad, don't you see? I am your granddad, take that, depression." As then Charlie and Vaggie just laughed. Vaggie said, "I thought you'd be a lot scarier." Lucifer said, "Huh, and I thought you would be, wow, so my daughter likes girls. Well, that's good, I like girls too, we have so much in common." Anyway, come with me. I want to spend some time with my grandkid, one-on-one time. After that, we'll spend some time as a family, all of us. They would nod and agree, as then Lucifer would take Moxie out. He would take him out to a movie, and no one would dare mess with him. Imps were usually looked down upon and, not treated the best. But when you have literally Lucifer himself watching over you, yeah, people weren't going to do that with him around. As they were walking back home, Lucifer would say, "Can I tell you something, Moxie?" Moxie would look up and say, "Sure." As Moxie then got hugged tightly, as Lucifer cried, "Left me! She left me! I miss her so much! Oh, it's all my fault! I miss her, I miss her, I miss her! Please don't leave me, little one! Please be my grandchild forever! Don't run away!" Moxie would say, "I know how you feel. I lost my mother, my biological one. I promise I'll be here for you, Granddad." As they both smiled, they simply held each other's hands. As they looked up at each other, Moxie felt Lucifer's pain. Lucifer was someone who was hurt and broken, just like Moxie. And together, this family, they can all feel together. They can all feel loved. Years would pass as they all got closer and closer and closer. Eventually, Charlie would open up a hotel, and because of Moxie being their grandson, Lucifer actually wasn't distant in this timeline. He was with Charlie way more, and knew about her plan from the beginning. As things open up, we cut to when Angel first walked in. Angel was ready to be redeemed, or so Charlie thought. Honestly, he just wanted to get away from Val, and who can blame him? As he looked, he said, "Wow, nice place. Who are you?" Angel would look and see Moxie sitting down with 2 revolvers. "Oh, I'm Charlie's son. She adopted me. She adopted an imp. Oh, interesting. No, I'm usually into big, strong boys, but a little cute boy like yourself might be." Moxie looked up and said, "Well, it might not hurt." Charlie would say, "No, no, no, you are not seducing my son. No, none of that. Please, no, no, no. Welcome to the hotel, Angel." Angel and Moxie would have a kind of interesting relationship. Moxie would pretend not to care about Angel because he didn't want it to go to Angel's head, but he really did, and he made it show often. And Moxie didn't have a lot of friends, so the few friends he had, he deeply cared for. So Moxie and Angel's relationship was a bit like Husk and Angel's relationship, just with Moxie and with a few more differences, like Moxie making it more obvious he cares than Husk a little bit. As the years passed, the hotel stayed open, and things would drastically be different now, however, because since Lucifer was there from the beginning, Alistair would not join. And without Alistair, there'll be no Husk. Without us, there'll be no Nifty. There would be new people, but I don't feel like making a bunch of new characters. So I'm just going to focus on Moxie, Angel, Vaggie, Lucifer, and just the main characters that are already there, if that makes sense. As time went on, the hotel went well. Everyone was getting closer and closer to rehabilitation until one day, everything changed. As Charlie came back with a meeting from Adam, Moxie and Angel would get up. "So, what is it? Are we gonna be redeemed?" Angel would say. Charlie would say, "Well, Adam kind of wants to destroy us in a few months." Everyone was shocked, but then Moxie says, "I'm ready for him. If he comes down here, I'll make him fall straight from the sky," as he picked up his revolvers. Charlie, and as they were ready to fight, they were not going to let Adam take away everything they built. They were trying to help people. True sinners may have done some terrible things, but they're people. Moxie wasn't even a sinner. He was an imp, but yet he cared about Angel. Yet he cared about his friends. Yet he cared about his moms. And yet he cared about his granddad. Because even though he was a demon, he had love in his heart. And he was going to show these angels, one way or another, that he wasn't going to let these people. And that's what they did. They fortified the hotel, set up a wall, and got everything going, ready to fight once and for all. As then the exorcist came down. The sky was flooded with angels after angels, and Moxie used his revolvers with angelic powers to push them down. And they all stood there and they all fought. But this time, Adam would go straight towards Moxie as he would fly and pick him up. Charlie would start to fly towards him, but Loot would keep her away. As in, Adam laughed, "So you're her little runt. She'll probably be pretty sad if something happened to you." As he threw him to the ground, as Moxie then began to cry as he got up, barely able to walk. Adam says, "This is the end for you, little runt," as he pointed his spear right at him, but just then someone appeared. It was Lucifer. As Lucifer smirked and looked at him, "You know, no one messes with my grandson. After all, he's a part of my family." Moxie hugged him as Lucifer hugged him back. "I missed you, Grandpa. I missed you too." As then they started to fight, Lucifer would start to drive Adam back as he defeated Adam. And Adam would actually survive because unlike in canon, there was no Nifty. But as Adam left, Moxie got up and said, "My life, it flashed before my eyes, and I know how much you mean to me now." As then he would kiss Angel. Angel was shocked, but it made sense. Even though he was an imp, even though he wasn't his usual type, he had this personality about him that Angel just couldn't refuse, so he kissed back. Angel and Moxie would date each other, and Angel would be able to escape Val through Moxie, and the hotel would be established and would start to redeem sinners. It seemed like everyone was happy. And that is going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I enjoyed this what if. I think it's very interesting. The saddest thing is, though, Moxie doesn't really meet Millie, and that's kind of really sad. R.I.P. there. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and I feel like this is an interesting what if. Because Has-Been and Hell of a Boss, they're both, the same universe. But they never really interactive, and I don't think they will, sadly, because, the whole studio bought them out. I mean, there were, like, some one-off characters that are in the background, but other than that, I don't think they'll really interact. Anyway, hope you all had a good day. Please comment how your day was in the comments below. Love you. Peace out.